Keyshawn Davis missed weight, kind of. So on Friday, he stepped on the scale like all fighters do, and it took him two tries to reach the 140 limit. Now let's not make a big deal out of it more than it should be, but this is the second time this has happened in recent memory for Keyshawn Davis. And boxing fans don't tend to forget that stuff, especially when he had to relinquish a belt because of a weight miss in lightweight. And now that he's moved up, there's less of an excuse really to be missing weight. Now he did end up reaching the scale with the correct weight, so the fight will be going on in about 12 hours from when this is being recorded, so I doubt it will be cancelled. Now that being said, it does raise some questions as to whether or not he has prepared for this grudge match sort of with Nahir Albright. And I can't rule out the fact that he might be weight drained. This might have affected him. Now, he's not a young guy anymore. He's not the young buck that was in the Olympics, made it to the silver medal position, lost to Andy Cruz in the finals from Cuba. But, he should be growing out of this phase. He's reached the age where his body's matured, so he's expected to maintain professionalism. And this is something that was actually brought up by his opponent, of course, Albright. Albright and Keyshawn do have some history. They fought, I believe, 2.5 years ago, almost 3. Ended in a majority decision, however, was overruled due to Keyshawn Davis testing positive for recreational lettuce use, I guess we'll call that. Now, it was controversial at the time whether it was a majority decision or not, or unanimous for Keyshawn. I mean, it was an ugly fight. Albright, he took the fight to him. He made it ugly. He was scrapping with him. He pushed the pace. He made Keyshawn work for every round. So, it wasn't an easy fight for the young up-and-comer. Now, Keyshawn is a very talented fighter. I mean, he's just approaching his prime now, so he got plenty of years left in him. And even though he did lose his title to Edwin Dos Santos, I definitely think he will regain a title at some point and make these big fights that everyone wants to see, maybe with Devin Haney, Shakur. Talking a bit more about the fight itself, I mean, Albright might take advantage of this. He might, impose his will more, push forward, try and tie him out, because it's more tiring to be on the back foot than on the front foot. And we saw that in their last fight. I mean, Albright was pushing the action, even though he was outstruck. He threw more according to the CompuBox stats. Shows that, in the later rounds, that might pay off, especially with this potentially bad weight cut from Keyshawn. Now, there's all speculation. We'll have to see tomorrow, but, well, I guess in the evening if you're watching this in America. But yeah, he could make it ugly. And yeah, he's been in wars himself. He was just in a war with Frank Martin. If you look at the record here, he fought less than Keyshawn since their no contest fight in the 2023. Yeah, so he had a great fight with Frank Martin, back and forth action. Really went to a war to get that draw, and it shows that he's able to, when the lights are on him, he can pull away against a tough fighter. And that's what I think is going to happen here. Keyshawn, even though he's coming off a great win over Jermaine Ortiz, I think Albright is more defensively sound, especially to the body. So even though this is going to be in the home turf of Keyshawn Davis, I think Albright might have it. I'm going to take the underdog. He's a big underdog here. I might take him to win this. My first prediction. Wow. I think he's going to have more moments. I think he's going to catch and counter well, even on the front foot. I think he'll make it ugly, and it'll probably be a split decision, and you might be able to see it go either way. But yeah, also this fight does have some emotion behind it. Albright did fight Keyshawn's brother, I believe, last year. So, and they had a backstage brawl afterwards. It was quite chaotic scenes. So there is some emotion out of it. That might lead to Keyshawn being more aggressive early on, try and get a knockout, which could tie him out if he punches himself out. And as I said, with the weight cut, his cardio might be compromised. And Albright might take advantage of that compromised cardio, wait it out, tough it out. He's got a good chin. You know, he might wait it out and then take over in the second half of the fight as Keyshawn starts to slow down. But it's all just speculation. We'll see on the night. But yeah, just a quick little prediction video for what's happening in about 12 hours. So just let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, etc., etc. Goodbye.